Hi, I'm Reverend Diane Scribner Clevenger at Unity of Naples, and our daily word for yesterday for service was in the garden. Needless to say, it begs the playing of and the singing of the famous hymn, In the Garden. I walk through the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. It's a beautiful hymn. It was written in 1912, and the guy who wrote it had this image that was so real for him. His imagination, his creativity kicked in, and he saw Mary Magdalene standing at the tomb, just like weeping that Jesus's body was missing. She felt totally alone. And I think what happened was she thought that the Christ presence, the consciousness of the living Christ was gone from her life and from our earth plane. But everything Jesus taught us is that, hey, I'm going to be with you always, and don't worry about it. You actually have that divinity, that Christ presence in you. Use it for your highest good and for the highest good of others. And so in the garden, when we looked at this, what we looked at is what garden means. And where are the gardens in our lives? Where are the gardens in your lives? And so we recognize that gardens are that spiritual body in us, that awareness when we come to and use the power and presence of God, and we're still in that place where we can encounter God's presence, where we can feel quiet, and we're able to listen and actually hear what we're being guided to do, and we take direction from that. And so we know really and truly we're never alone. Every place that there is, God is. And knowing that is a gardening consciousness. It's like a fertile place where we can plant whatever seed thoughts we have and watch them grow and flourish in our lives and in the lives of others. Even if they're not aware of it, we can hold those thoughts that nourish and nurture one another. And so there was a cute little thing that I said at the end. It's in your garden. In your garden, you may want to plant 2 rows of peas. Peace of heart and peace of mind. 2 rows of squash complaining, squash negativity. 2 rows of lettuce. Let us love God and let us love one another, the first and second commandments. And the 2 rows of turnips, which is turn up for life and turn up to serve each other. And finally, 2 rows of time. Time to play with God and time to rest in your garden. The question for you this week and for me this week is, where is your garden? And remember, the line in the hymn is, in the joy we share as we tarry there. The joy we share as I tarry there. The joy you share with God, the God of your being, as you tarry there. None other has ever known. It's incomparable, that kind of joy, that stillness. Where's your garden? Where do you want to tarry? In the negativity of life and the positivity of life, and the truth that sets you free, or in something that makes you feel trapped? It's up to you, it's up to me. May you have a glorious week, recognizing where your gardens are, where you feel God's presence, and spending more time there. Spend more time there. Tarry there. As you have a glorious week, in the name and through the power of the living Christ, God bless you in the garden.